This is Jim Emter, Van Ahn & Company, Alexandria, Minnesota, with your closing grain and livestock comments for December 2nd, 2016. Corn market up 11 3/4, corn market up 4 to 5 3/4 here on the day. When you look to the bean market, down 1 to 2 cents. Wheat market up 7 to 8 cents. Interesting to note that December is in kind of first notice contract, but was up nearly 16 cents, near 18 cents today. When you look to Minneapolis wheat, kind of steady down 1, and really kind of just an evening up of the spreads here today for the grain complex. On the week, corn market down 11 3/4, beans down 18.5. And the wheat market, Chicago down 8 1/4, Minneapolis up 8 3/4. When you look to the overall tone, I think the big news next week is going to be very much a focus on the South American precipitation specific to Brazil and specific to the western areas. There's been some dry areas kind of on the western front of the soybean growing regions, Mato Grosso do Sul to be specific, and south of there. And they're forecast to get some very good rain here over the next 5 days, which would put almost all areas in near ideal conditions. Miss these rains and it may be a little time before we see our next opportunity. So very important that these occur, and could it bring some added pressure next week or some ability to rally back pending whether we get those rains or not. As of right now, we lean more towards seeing these rains occur just due to some of the model runs we've seen here as of late. Otherwise, the wheat market kind of choppy back and forth. Corn market, a little bit of bounce back today. I think it's going to take some bidding up to get either in the basis or the futures to get some of these bushels shaken loose from the farmers' hands here over the next 45 days. But we'll see how that progresses. Feeder cattle on the day down 272.5, live cattle down 250, hogs mixed. And when you look to the week, kind of what we did today, 262.5 lower feeder cattle, live cattle down 252.5 in the hog market, down 30 on the week. Let's start there in hogs. Kind of a firmer cash tone is some of the optimism around the market, but exports were not good this week. And you kind of look to more of a range-bound market with those summer months actually losing some steam here over the last couple weeks. In the cattle market, 112 to 115 cash was kind of the highlight for the week, got us a stronger board to start, but some liquidation on Friday as a result of Brazil potentially opening up their borders to Japan, and Japan accepting 3 different sources of meat from Brazil, which could get interesting. Exports have been good, but that Brazil news is something to watch. This has been Jim Emter, Van Ahn & Company, Alexandria, Minnesota. Trading in futures and options involves risk of loss and is not suitable for all producers. Past performance is not indicative of future results.